Welcome to another episode of Out Loud Geek, where we discuss science fiction, fantasy, cooking, the outdoors, and more. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness had a fantastic opening weekend. The film opened in North America to a grand total of $185 million in gross ticket sales. That is huge for this year. Doctor Strange and his questionably effective Book of Spells has summoned a blockbuster $185 million at North America movie theaters over the weekend, reaffirming the box office dominance of Disney's Marvel Cinematic Universe after a shakier, battered year for the sprawling franchise. The time-bending Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness represents a return to form for Disney's MCU after era releases of Black Widow, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and Eternals didn't do so well. These three movies didn't do well from a combination of the coup and other extenuating circumstances. Those extenuating circumstances were that nobody really liked those films. A lot of people didn't like them, and a lot of people just weren't that interested in them. They didn't do well overseas, and they didn't do well here. So that's just how it is. Initial box office receipts for Disney's latest MCU entry mark the 11th biggest opening weekend in history. That's really good. Given the anomaly of reaching those heights, Doctor Strange 2 easily delivered the biggest opening weekend of 2022, as well as the second biggest debut in COOF times. Prior to this weekend, The Batman stood as the year's biggest opening weekend with $134 million. Spider-Man No Way Home still ranks as the COOF's biggest opening weekend and the second biggest ever with $260 million. Overseas, the film earned $265 million from 49 territories, taking the global total to $450 million. Since Doctor Strange 2 is not likely to play in China, Russia, or Ukraine, the film will rely on repeat viewings from audiences around the globe to push ticket sales past the coveted $1 billion mark. Only Spider-Man No Way Home has been able to cross that threshold since the COOF took hold. At the domestic box office, the Doctor Strange follow-up outgrossed its predecessor's entire opening weekend tally in a single day. Yeah, that's really good. Multiverse of Madness raked in $90 million on Friday alone, while the 2016 adventure Doctor Strange brought in $85 million between Friday and Sunday. Marvel and other major franchise films tend to be front-loaded in terms of ticket sales because fans want to be among the first to see the movie, lest spoilers appear online and ruin the fun. Yep, that happens all the time. I see spoilers posted from friends on social media and from other people all the time. That's super common. Still, the sequel will quickly blow past the final box office tally of the original Doctor Strange, which ended its theatrical run with $232 million domestically and $677 million globally. Doctor Strange 2 is benefiting as the follow-up film to Sony's box office behemoth, Spider-Man No Way Home, which became a must-see movie event and grossed $1.89 billion worldwide. With Peter Parker's tantalizing adventures as a precursor, plus Disney's marketing machine heavily teasing some big surprise cameos, Doctor Strange landed in rarefied air, even for a Marvel movie. Since the franchise now spans the big and small screen, Disney Plus shows such as WandaVision and What If also contributed to the excitement. IMAX and 3D also added to higher grosses for Strange, which cost $200 million to produce, not including hefty marketing fees. According to Disney, 36% of overall box office ticket sales came from premium formats, with $33 million from IMAX alone. Doctor Strange ranks among the company's top 10 global opening weekends. Well, I guess a lot of people want to see it on a very big screen. This is another sensational Marvel opening, by Marvel's own dominant standards, says David A. Gross, who runs the movie consulting firm Franchise Entertainment Research. Doctor Strange is growing its audience with a stronger follow-up release. Sam Raimi, the mastermind behind the original Spider-Man trilogy, directed Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. The film picks up as the eponymous neurosurgeon turned Avenger, played by Benedict Cumberbatch, casts a dangerous spell that forces him to travel into the multiverse to face a mysterious new adversary and alternate versions of himself. Along with Cumberbatch, the cast includes Chiwetel Ejiofor as Carl Mordo, Elizabeth Olsen as Wanda Maximoff, aka Scarlet Witch, Benedict Wong as Wong, and Cohital Gomez as America Chavez, a teen who can travel between dimensions. The film landed a 75% average on Rotten Tomatoes and a B+ cinema score, lower grades than typical Marvel movies. So critically, the film isn't as well received as its predecessor, but from what I've seen of the viewers' responses, it's looking really strong. So as for the other films this past weekend, after being 2 weeks at the #1 spot, Universal's animated heist comedy The Bad Guys dropped to second place. Then Paramount's family-friendly Sonic the Hedgehog 2 ended up in third place, which means Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore finally got pushed out of the third place spot down into fourth place, and it only earned a pathetic $3.8 million from 3,051 screens in North America. Yeah, it's not doing too well, and I still have my doubts as to whether or not Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore is even going to break even at this point. So only time will tell on that one. And then rounding out the top films for the weekend, A24's Everything Everywhere All at Once beat Focus Features' Viking epic The Northman for fifth place. So it was an interesting weekend, and I'm happy to see that Doctor Strange did really well. I haven't seen it yet myself, but I am intending to. You know, the reviews for it aren't horrible. I know the reviews are slightly mixed, but overall they're positive, and I think overall people are enjoying the film. So let me know if you saw the movie over this past weekend and what you thought of it. Thank you for watching today, and thanks to everyone who has subscribed to our YouTube channel. We appreciate your support. If you enjoyed this video, please press the like button below, and please feel free to share a comment. If you would like to see more of our videos in the future and help support this channel, please subscribe right now by clicking on the red subscribe button below. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter by clicking on the links in the description. Until next time, this is Out Loud Geek.